Okay, and
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
We want to do this now?
Yeah.
Okay.
We have started off, right? Pick.
It doesn't look good that you're that flinchy, you know? All right.
Okay. What do I do now?
Well, I thought you were going to do your introduction, but if not, then go to
This thing?
share screen.
Share screen. Bada bing, bada boom.
That one. And then
Just
it'll
share.
take you automatically to it.
I'm getting to know this. All
Make
right.
sure.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully we'll be
Yep.
back to our original setup here
And then there we are down there.
Yeah.
Okay.
soon.
I know, I used up all the hours.
Yes, we did.
Sorry.
Okay.
Intro.
Let's see. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Woke Wednesday. I'm taking us back to how the modern women
Our roots, where
are
we started.
are the roots for the wokeism.
It's also the roots of your channel. We started talking about that first.
Yeah, I started off talking about a lot more of this stuff. That's why I wanted to go back to a mediocre, because he was one of my first ones that I was doing too. Mediocre. There was Hadon, Taylor, and Locke, the bounty hunter. We had Ronin
and
Warg before, but those two are gone.
Warg was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
It's cool, mellow, kind of stoner-like attitude toward
Yep.
things. And
Fortunately, they didn't make it within the Fiend gang.
it's hard because it's like, that's why you started diversifying too.
Yeah.
And started spreading out and saying, okay, there's more to the woke culture than this, because, like, damn, those women will drain you just listening to
Oh, they will. And even Taylor has a hard problem with it.
Yeah,
he has to take big breaks. And see, that's just it. I thought about signing up for the Fiend gang, but I didn't want to be tied down to just that subject. There's so much more to talk about and to go over.
And with Mediocre, he's got a more serious approach, and he does talk about financial things sometimes,
Yes.
and other life experiences and things that affect men on a bigger scale too. So
yes. And speaking of a wide variety of things to speak about, you guys are going to want to tune in Friday. We are going to be doing...
Sorry. I was just making gestures.
Okay, we are going to be doing a special on a herbal supplement that we take. We have taken now for almost 8 years. And we just saw somebody else do it. JP Reacts had done a thing to the tonic versions, which we would never recommend to anybody.
No.
A tonic is not made. What we take is pure leaf powder.
Yeah, your body has to filter that and everything. So yeah, that'll be a good thing to break down and give our opinions and recommendations.
Yeah, and I mean, this stuff has saved our lives, and a lot of comments out there were saying this. I mean, it was key words. This is a life-saving plant.
Yeah. And especially in conjunction with cannabis.
Yes.
Like, you don't use a lot of cannabis.
No, but
I do. And it's like, I mean, going from 16 years of opioid use and still being miserable and not functional, to being able just to take these two different herbs and be just so much more than I was.
Spiritual. Yeah. I mean, it there's no real limit to what this stuff can do.
Right. And with the whole leaf, your body has to filter it. And
yes.
You have to, you can't take too much because you'll end up throwing it up.
The ceiling effect, as another comment person was talking about.
We'll definitely go through the comments, because I was really surprised to see that much in support of it.
There was at least like 5 to 10 people that said for about 10 years they've been taking this stuff.
Yeah, that's really good.
And that's a very good thing, because within 10 years, your body changes a lot.
Yeah.
And if you're still not allergic to it, if you're still not having issues with it, then most generally, within 10 years, it's safe to say that product is good.
Yeah. And, we'll talk about like our experiences with finding the right product and finding the purest, best thing to go into your body, not abusing it. We'll talk about the addiction side of it. And
I'm going to be working on a list too of like what I think it's helped me with, and to go over and everything.
Yeah, it's noticeable even for me. And I mean, you had a serious motorcycle crash, detached your eyebrow,
yes,
broke your foot, shattered your foot, and you only took this plant
and weed.
A little bit,
Weed was a big,
like
big
especially
thing.
in the beginning.
Yeah.
Cannabis.
Cannabis, yes.
Weed is something that doesn't have like
a purpose.
A purpose, right?
But yes, cannabis. Cannabis was a major thing for me to be taking because it helped a lot.
Yeah. Especially since you didn't want to like be down.
Yeah, I took no opiates within the course of it. Well, I had one.
That was like
but that was
later.
after the whole scenario.
I would say that was during your like rehabilitation phase because you're already back to work.
Yes,
so
I was.
Obviously, the 3 weeks, 4 weeks that you were completely out, you had no opioids. You had nothing higher than these plants.
Yes.
And you did good. I mean, you healed.
Yep, it took time, but I healed. I mean, it was a bad injury.
You're never going to be the same.
No.
Your foot is broken, and there's nothing you can do about that. But, it's not broken now, but it's. This
happened at the height of COVID.
Yeah.
This crash.
Right. So you're like, I'm not going to the doctor.
Yeah, so I didn't go to the doctor. I didn't go to the ER. I could have had a concussion, but I knew I had looked and I knew what happened. I knew every second of what happened, so I still remember. So I was pretty sure I was okay on that front, and my awesome wife here knows what to look for as far as.
It was horrible when you came in the yard, though. It was like I couldn't even look at it. Maybe blood from head to toe, because he's a bleeder as it is, and you had that gash on your head, and so it's like just seeing you. I was like, no, don't even come in the gate. I knew this was going to happen. Just stay there, Then once I was acclimated, like I have like extreme empathy, so it's like with you, when I see that pain, it was like I couldn't feel anything else but that pain. But got it settled and got you taken care of.
Yes.
But yeah, we'll have to get some pictures of that. That was a pretty
epic crash.
That was pretty epic.
Yeah.
And you got through it without any kind of modern medicine.
Exactly.
Just therapy and herbs.
Yes.
And rest.
How to get mine stitches.
Well, yeah, but you're younger.
Yep.
And
there's a lot more at stake.
Yeah, I'm not gonna take that chance. And it was somebody else's dog that got him. So.
Well, I didn't get rabies for that one.
No, that was good. Bonus.
Yes.
So yeah, we'll talk about that on Friday. I'm really excited about that, and I want to do a video for my channel as well.
Yeah, we're also doing a video on that one, so there'll be a couple of things to watch out for. It's it's going to be a really good subject.
Yeah.
Because we swear by this stuff.
Yeah, and I would recommend it to anybody, at least to try.
Yes.
Because I feel that it's like safe enough as long as they do it right.
Exactly.
Another thing we'll discuss.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
All right, let's get into this. Let's break her down. Starting off with mediocre.
This court is ordering that you appear with the children at 3 o'clock this afternoon, Ms. Rodriguez. You be here too, so get the children. You down here?
Doing that. They're not.
Mr. Goldberg, if you're not here at 3 o'clock this afternoon, Ms. Court, the Constitution events one for Mr. Goldberg. It should be here at 3 o'clock. Join to here at 3 o'clock.
There is nothing like the smell of men finally winning family court custody battles in the morning. Title of today's video, Mom Refuses to Comply with Court Orders and Receives Instant Justice. But what makes this video particularly interesting is that the woman and the woman's lawyer begin to fight in the middle of the video, self-sabotaging due to ego, and the judge is not having it. Without further ado,
the record of this matter is before the court on the plaintiff's motion to modify custody and or parenting time, as well as a motion for order to show cause. This hearing is being conducted via Zoom. The present is the plaintiff father, Michael Rodriguez. In addition, attorney Stephen Rotenberg is present, representing defendant mother, Chelsea Rodriguez. Ms. Rodriguez is present. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Judge.
The parties have conferred at length with Ms. Brower from the front of the court this morning, which provided the court with a fine recommendation that both parties must submit proof to the front of the court and the court that the SMA program and the high conflict.
Yeah, we were just looking over this whole thing, and this is like, again, it has to be during COVID.
It's crazy.
The whole Zoom meetings. I mean, it's crazy watching how things were done.
When you go to court, it's like you dress nice, you have a presentable way of being about it, and then you got this guy hanging outside, she's in her car, it's like,
yep.
Wow. So I take it this is the guy in question, this is the girl in the question, right?
Yes.
Her lawyer?
And his lawyer.
why does she have a woman lawyer?
Exactly.
So,
yeah.
All right.
And then obviously the judge.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Solutions workshop have been completed within 7 days. Children shall attend Monroe Public Schools as previously ordered. Mother shall ensure the children attend Monroe Public Schools no later than tomorrow, September 5, 2024. Mother shall not leave the children unattended for any period of time during her parenting time. And finally, the show cause be dismissed. That's the recommendation. Mr. Rodriguez, do you understand the recommendation this morning?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any objection to the court adopting the recommendation?
No, the only thing I ask is for like the drop-off time is if she can come pick up her children when it's her time, because I've had my girlfriend go out there and she's failed to even show up to where it was for over an hour and then doesn't answer anyone's calls when it's time to pick up my children. This is the main reason why, because she keeps keeping them against me, or just leaving them alone.
None of this was brought up. None of this was brought up in front of you.
I just filed a complaint, Stephen. Yes, it was brought up.
It was not brought up.
Or is that?
Not in
All
this
right,
one.
well, it's in the courts. So the complaint I just filed shows all
That's
that.
not up for today. That's not relevant for today.
I had the police number and everything if you guys need it.
If there's an issue with exchanges, we'll address that this morning.
That's fine. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to address.
Every week. So if there's an issue regarding exchanges and the time exchanges, we'll address that this morning.
Okay.
Hold on, Mr. Rosenberg. Hold on. Ms. Brower, trying to go through this thick file here. Is there any time where the parties meet right now for exchanges or where they meet? Perhaps they should meet at the law enforcement agency at a certain time.
Now, usually when I review cases like this, generally the conclusion is that you should have a lawyer, especially as a man going into these court proceedings. This man does not, while his ex comes prepared with her lawyer by the name of Stephen. But it's going to get very interesting here in a quick second. And I also want to call out this, guys, if you show up for these Zoom courtroom proceedings, get yourself a camera stand, go inside, get decent lighting, and attempt to dress professional. An attempt to dress at least business casual. Men who conduct themselves in a high image or much more professional way tend to get better results out of life, including with...
Yes, I have to say, I do not approve of the way that this guy looks. What he's doing walking around. I mean, if you're going to do something even like this, do it professional. Show up, be present in the moment. Deal.
Exactly, 100% on, as if you were in court.
Yes.
I mean, we always just have to dress nice. I mean, you wore your best month clothes and stuff,
Yep.
It's like you wanted to represent, but you looked good. You were even and everything was clean.
Yes.
And, but like I said, she's in the car down here and he's wandering all over the place. It's like a mess.
Very much so,
It's
yes.
like, and this is the judicial system of the United States,
It is, yeah, and that was during COVID, I mean.
And even the judge should tell them that, to be like, sit down.
Exactly, because it's walking around like that, you're hard to hear, hard to see with the sun reflecting off of different surfaces. There's just a lot going on.
And the judges like to look at you. When you're in court, they like to look at you, and they like to watch your demeanor and your mannerisms while you're standing still. If you're fidgeting, how you're breathing, and walking around and being sloppy, even like she is down here, it's not very becoming of either of them,
Exactly.
And the judge isn't going to be able to tell their character. I mean, you kind of can.
Within court proceedings than those that do not. Walking outside while the camera's going everywhere, making everyone dizzy who's trying to talk to you or look at you is not going to enhance your case.
Your Honor, I believe that they meet. It's in a recent order. Just a moment.
It's at the It's at the Canton Police Station at 6 o'clock.
Mr. Rodriguez, where do you propose that you meet for the exchanges? And I'll ask Mr. Rosenberg, what do you propose this?
Well, I'm just asking. She says she has off an hour throughout the day here and there. So within her hour on my time, if it's possible, she could bring them to me during the day. And then my girlfriend watches them like it's been previously stated throughout the day until I get off of work. But
Judge
she just fails.
Please, I'm not going to interrupt you. Please do not interrupt. Otherwise, I'm going to mute you.
See, I don't like that either. The lawyer is trying to interrupt against the guy.
That's why they want you to have a lawyer.
And that's very, very unprofessional for a lawyer to do that.
But they do it to each other too.
Yeah, well, the judge is saying, he's like, just told the other lawyer, hey, listen, can you please not interrupt this guy, or I'm gonna mute you?
Yeah, because he doesn't have legal representation. He is his legal representation. So
let him talk, let him be, and then you can have time to state your case after.
And he should know that. But you can already tell that he's a bully.
Yep.
You know, he's done this before, and he uses intimidation. Oh no, we did not talk about that. Yeah, that was never brought up. You know.
Exactly.
And it's like, yeah, get a lawyer.
Yep.
Please.
Damn, I just think the judge made the lawyer shut up for interrupting the guy. Very rare to see.
The last time I was supposed to pick up my children, it was probably about 2 weeks ago. My girlfriend went to pick them up at the Canton police station at around 6 o'clock, like we are supposed to. Chelsea was just nowhere to be found. I texted, called, no answer. And probably till a couple of days ago, she finally answered me. I just haven't got a chance to even get a hold of my daughter. I don't know how my kids are doing. Yeah, I'm just confused on what's going on right now. But if she can meet me, if she can come this way for her children when it's time to pick up, I'll drop them off to her. That's fine when it's her time. But she can pick them up when it's her time. But I'm not. I feel like it's just.
You can't communicate with Ms. Rodriguez about these simple things?
No, I can't. Unfortunately,
all right.
He won't answer me.
Your Honor, if I may.
Chelsea, sorry. I thought it was Chelsea.
Brower.
Referee Hamrich on August 14th recommended that the parties exercise all parenting time exchanges at the Flat Rock Police Department. That 21-day objection period ends this Friday. Neither party has filed an objection to that as of today.
All right, so I got to file an objection.
I'm sure that was in August
12th.
recommended order.
August 14th. It's a recommendation at this point. I don't believe the court has it in its file.
Yes, not in the court's file. And that provided the parties meet at where the Flat Rock Police Department?
The Flat Rock, yes.
At what time? Does it have specific times?
It does not.
Okay.
The parties would follow the previous court order for parenting time. I believe that gives father alternating weekends, Thursday at 6 to Monday to school or 9 a.m.
Okay.
Your Honor, if I may, the friend of the court also did an investigation and recommendation as far as parenting time. Neither party has motioned the court to adopt it, but the friend of the court's recommendation is to give mother alternating weekends, Friday at 6 to Sunday at 6, and that the children remain in Monroe Public Schools.
And Judge, we would object to part of that recommendation, and I'll explain why.
Well, if you got an objection, Mr. Rolenberg, I mean, in front of the court, the referee recommended order, that will take effect if there's not a written objection filed within 21 days.
Right. We're mixing. Okay. I think what we're doing is we're mixing recommendations and orders a little bit, that there's multiple ones out here. This morning, Ms. Brower recommended, or is about to recommend, that the children remain in the Monroe Public Schools and the parenting time remain as follows. MCL 722.31 is the 100-mile rule, and that allows a parent to move within 100 miles without the court's permission. Ms. Rodriguez moved to Canton, which is about 40 minutes away by car from city center to city center from Monroe, to get a better job, which is in the best interest of the children. If she was to keep the children in Monroe Public Schools, that would force her to drive back and forth to Monroe 4 times or do 2 round trips a day during the school year. The kids would be in the car for at least an hour and a half a day more than they otherwise would be. They would not be able to participate in extracurriculars near where they live during the school week, and it would interfere with their ability to make friends with their new schoolmates in their new neighborhood. Now, Ms. Rodriguez probably should have asked for the court's permission to change that order to change where the children are enrolled. But there's no real difference that I know of between Canton Public Schools and Monroe Public Schools. And I think it would be in the best interest of everybody, wear and tear on the car, reducing the amount of travel time, reducing the amount of driving. Because
the court is never the one to sit there and say what is in the best interest of the child.
No, never.
When they only think about things like schools and jobs, they don't think about the needs of each parent, like in the child's life.
Yeah.
You know, it's like they're not focused on family unification. They're not focused on what the mother brings to the table, the father brings to the table, and how those need to be equal. It's about schools, jobs, and money.
Exactly.
And the government has no freaking business in your family affairs.
No, they don't.
And it's like, this just drives me crazy that people let themselves get into this situation and then hand it over to the courts. It's like that should be a last ditch thing.
Yes, it should.
That drives me nuts.
You notice that she hasn't spoke once.
The mother?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably smart. Probably because the lawyer told her to, you know?
But like you said, her person is a bully.
Yeah.
I mean, he's pushing and pushing.
Yeah, it's in the best interest of the child that she gets a job, and it's in the best interest of the child that they don't have to switch schools because they need to make friends. But nothing is ever said in the best interest of the child how much she needs both parents. You know,
exactly.
They don't care about that.
No.
Because these children, I think, might go to different schools. I'm not sure if they all go to the same one or not. But as a practical matter, it puts a huge burden on them to drive in this car going back and.
So in other words, she prioritized the opportunity to get more money over prioritizing having a father in their lives.
Yep.
What's interesting is that the lawyer says that this was done in the best interest of the children. Now that just sounds like you're lying, sir. How was this in the best interest? There is no complaint of money issues within this case, just about the ease on the mother's life of uprooting the children, switching school districts about an hour away. Doing all of this without agreement from the father is nasty work.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, she could move up there without the court's permission. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing all that different that I'm aware of, as I said, between Canton Public Schools and Monroe Public Schools. So I'd say that we adopt the order, except that she can enroll them in the Canton Public Schools.
Okay, so
because Mr. Rodriguez doesn't have them during the school week. It's on information and belief he doesn't drive. Okay, well maybe you do it, and then I stand corrected. But as a practical, Ms. Rodriguez has a job.
I like that. You heard that, right?
I heard a little bit of it.
The judge is like, the lawyer's like, yeah, see, I don't even think that he drives. And so he went over to his truck and he's like, and he's like, okay, I stand corrected.
You better watch it.
Yeah.
That's sloppy work.
Very sloppy.
It's like, why tear down the character, Ooh, go ahead, sorry.
I don't want to hit it too much.
Better paying job than she had before, earns more than she ever did, has benefits for the kids that she never had. And all this would do is basically force her to have to ask the court's permission to do what she's allowed to do by right. Because that previous order might have been a little bit more restrictive than it otherwise should have been. It possibly should have said something along the lines of the public schools where the parties live or something like that. Because there's nothing, I'm unaware of any inherent property other than geography that would differentiate Monroe Public Schools from the Canton Public Schools. So that would be the extent of my objection to the recommendation. Now, as for all the other, now, as Mr. Rodriguez, let me finish. Now, as for the other thing we have a bit of chaos here, and that I filed an appearance, and I did send it to Mr. Rodriguez, I believe, on the 12th. The appearance itself says that I request copies of everything filed in this case. I haven't received anything from Mr. Rodriguez. I haven't received his most recent objections. I got that from the friend of the court. I have not received anything. And I requested them, and he's wants to be his own attorney. I would like copies of those files. I haven't received them. The other thing too is it doesn't matter.
You could easily get that.
Mr. Rodriguez, do not interrupt, please.
The other thing too that we have with this is he likes to file objection after objection after objection after objection, zillions of them, and then he mixes them all up and tries to fight them all at once. And it adds to the confusion of the case. So I don't really see anything other than a power play issue here, favoring Mr. Rodriguez having the children in the Monroe Public Schools if they're near Ms. Rodriguez.
Of course, he's going to file objection after objection. His ex wants to take his children and put them farther away from him and also enroll them in different schools. That doesn't sound like a man that's trying to make their situation or the kid's situation harder, as the lawyer is trying to say. It sounds like a man who's fighting to see his kids, to be in his kids' life more often. This can all be solved if she prioritized keeping the kids closer as opposed to reducing her time to get to this new place of business. The lawyer here is fumbling a lot and is not prepared for this meeting. The judge is going to pick up on it and let him know how he feels. Let's continue.
It's obvious these parties don't get along. but also Mr. Rodriguez has unclean hands. Both parties were ordered to participate in certain programs. I don't know if my client has or hasn't, but we sure as heck don't know if Mr. Rodriguez has or hasn't either, because again, there's been no proof.
I
He
filed
hasn't
them.
given. As the attorney of record, and I am entitled to all filings. And if you want to play lawyer, we're all supposed to.
I'm sorry. You're entitled to all files, but you have access to all files too. That's within the court. If the files are given to the court itself,
Yep.
then that attorney should have all files on him.
Usually every party has a copy of every single thing that's been submitted to the court,
Yes.
so that you can study for the case.
Exactly.
So there should be no omitted evidence.
No.
He's done that twice now. At the beginning, he said, "Oh, we didn't discuss that. You never brought that up." And now
And it was there.
And now he's saying,
Yeah.
and I'm not exactly sure what's missing now, but he's obviously saying that he hasn't seen something or.
Well, he said a couple of things he hasn't seen, and obviously mediocre states that the judge starts picking up on it now.
Yeah, and it's like he's just a bully, and it's
Yeah.
like he's used to winning these small domestic cases, and it's like one of these days you're gonna come up against somebody who knows more than you.
Well, obviously this guy knows a little more too.
And he's like, and then he's like roasting him, saying, "It was like, well, if you want to play lawyer or something, it's
Yeah.
like, whoa."
Can't wait to see what the judge has to say on
Me
this.
too.
To play by the court rules. Those are the rules of the road, so we don't have chaos. And this has become one hand clapping. So if Mr. Rodriguez,
Rude.
I would ask that Mr. Rodriguez give me copies of everything that's been filed in this case. Number one. Number two, we would ask that the court entertain allowing Ms. Rodriguez to have the children in Canton Public Schools, because there's no good reason to have them driving back and forth an hour and a half every day. Plus, I don't quite know what time her shift starts or how this interplays with any latchkey programs or anything like that.
Okay, supposedly he's for her, but yet he doesn't know half of the stuff even from her.
No, he should.
It's like,
know
well, I don't know what
everything.
time her shift starts, but she should still have them. Even her shift could start at 4:30. And the kids are off by 4, and it wouldn't matter. She should still have them.
Yeah. Right. Like he should know everything about everything.
Yeah.
Especially if he's going to use that. He's using that as his main argument that she needs to have this job, so she can make better benefits, so there's better for the kids. But he doesn't know anything about the job.
No.
Doesn't know when she's supposed to be where. He doesn't know when they're supposed to do their pickup. And
Exactly.
Stuff. No, dude, no way. Fired.
Like that. I believe Ford starts pretty early in the morning, and I don't know, if memory serves me right, I think it might be a 7:00 shift. I don't know how the heck that this would even be feasible. We don't want to endanger her job.
So who's watching the kids?
The kids.
Mr. Rodriguez, can you mute? We're going to mute you, Mr. Rodriguez. You keep interrupting.
And as for who's watching the kids, Mr. Rodriguez, during the school year, if they're in school, it doesn't really matter. They're being watched by school staff. That's what we're talking about right now. If we have other issues with latchkey or daycare or other things like that, we can deal with that at another time. But right now, we have a serious issue here as to adding hundreds of miles of road travel to these children's lives every week.
But, as much as I say that this, Michael has every right to say what he's saying, he needs to understand not to interrupt.
Yeah, the legality of it is totally different.
Let the person say what they need to say. You'll get your time after, and the judge will see through absolutely all of it.
Hopefully. Yeah.
Well, I mean, should.
Mistrial,
Yes.
Just to say I'd like to see another judge and
Exactly.
take it to the next step.
But allow the judge to really get a feel for the guy because, well, they'll see.
Right. That's why I always tell people, though, to keep the government and stuff out of their family affairs.
Yeah.
It's a totally different game. It's like a game then. There's certain things you can say, certain things you can't say.
Exactly.
Things that you reference and the way that they take it, that can be all used against you.
Yes.
So it's like, keep it out of your life if you can.
Exactly. But modern women, they use this.
Yeah.
They say, well, it's okay because I don't start getting along with this guy. I'll just go to the family court and I'll have them settle everything for me.
Yeah, it favors them, And
Yes.
I mean, she is literally just sitting back,
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't. She knows she's gonna get her way.
Yeah.
It's sick. But
her lawyer's just talking away, bullying the hell out of people.
yeah, he might fuck this one up though. This lawyer. But
yes.
But I mean, for the most part, she's gonna get what she wants, and
I mean, if this lawyer knew it was best for him, he would shut up too.
Yeah.
He would let this kid talk himself into a corner.
Mm-hmm.
And then just be like, yes, judge, we'll do this. Yes, we'll do this. And boom, you have it won. The judge will be in your favor because of that.
Who's filing the suit, though?
Her, I think. He's filing complaints from the suit, but
okay, so then they have the burden of proof. That's why he's talking more.
Yeah.
Then that's why he should be talking more than the other guy. But yeah, the young blood just needs to sit there and just write this out because it's a game,
And that's not in their best interest.
Thank you, Mr. Rosenberg.
Thank you.
Mr. Rosenberg, without question, Miss Rodriguez, she can move to Canton. She absolutely can. But changing the schools on her own, that is not permissible without this court allowing that. She can't just unilaterally change the school district for the children. Mr. Rosenberg, have you received a copy of the recommendation of Catherine Scott dated August 26, 2024?
I'm unsure, Judge. I do not know. I don't have it in the file in front of me, but that does not necessarily mean I don't have it.
The referee Homrick on June 25th.
Yes, I have that. Yes.
Her recommendation is that the issue of school district, and she denied the request to modify parenting time. She recommended that mothers should have parenting time week on, week off during the summers, that they both complete the high conflict solutions parenting workshop, and that the issue of parenting time and choice of school district for 2024-25 school year be referred to front court for investigation recommendation. Catherine Scott completed a investigation. She issued a report dated August 26, 2024. She indicates that also, she interviewed both the children, the 10 and 7-year-old, who were old enough to be interviewed, that defendant mother failed to cooperate in any way with the front of the court during this first parent time investigation. She did not respond. She was mailed a questionnaire. She was asked to make phone interviews. She did not respond at all or cooperate with the front of the court regarding this investigation. So the recommendation of Catherine Scott is that children attend Monroe Public Schools to provide continuity, consistency for the children. That's where the children have been. Not unilaterally change them to Canton School.
All right. The best interest of the child is probably defined by the court, right? Factors are essential consideration used by judges when determining custody, parenting time, or guardianship arrangements for a child. There are 12 factors that judges take into account, with each factor having sample questions the judge must ask to assess the situations. Factor like the emotional ties between child and parties involved. That's not been brought up once.
Nope.
The capacity of the parties to provide love, affection, and guidance hasn't been brought up. The ability to meet the child's material needs
hasn't been.
Yeah, no, that hasn't been brought up. No, it's just the distance, right?
Yeah.
And the stability of the child's living environment, that would be what they're focusing on.
Yeah.
Because they don't want them on the road so much, and they want them, so they don't have to have different schools.
Yes.
But the first 2 to 3 things they haven't brought up.
No.
As a factor at all. It's like best interest of the child.
How?
Right. I mean, we're talking about 2 or 3 kids?
Yes.
From the same guy.
Yes. By the looks of it, the same guy.
10 years old. That's a whole decade with one. I mean, come on.
And 7.
That's wretched.
It is.
And it's like, oh, but you're going to focus on the miles that they're in the car, not the distance being put between him and them and the father.
Exactly.
That's
both parents are just as vital as long as the parents truly want to be within the lives of the kids.
Right, and as long as it's not abusive, dangerous, which obviously is not. That's not
been
brought up. It's not even a thing. So it's like it frosts me because there's no reason for that.
I know.
They could co-parent.
Yes.
Without this nonsense.
They could very easily.
There is no way in hell I would ever put our lives in the hands of the government, the court systems.
I wouldn't either.
It's seriously not worth it.
No.
And it's such painful to watch,
It really is.
Schools where they're not familiar with, and further, that mom's parenting time during the school year be alternating weekends, Friday at 6 until Sunday at 6.
Again, but Judge, if she's got them Friday at 6 till Sunday at 6, It makes no sense. Elsie, shush. It makes no sense to force her to drive back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Whoa. Did I just see that right? Did he tell her to shut up?
He did. Or shut it, you know. He knows the implications of it.
Wow.
And there is no, and as for consistency with schools, Judge, as you know, every few years you wind up in a new school. School friends and school things are inconsistent. You're in with it with a new class or whatever. You know, my kids complain, "Oh, I'm in with my friends. I'm not in with my friends," etc. The fact is they'll make new friends. And as for the consistency from one year to the next, there's no. It really doesn't make a difference. The issue really is just during the school year, because parents pick up and move all the time. So I'm not entirely sure that extra verbiage about consistency, other than amplification, is really justified.
Now, the mother was trying to interject on the lawyer because the mother feels that the lawyer is not doing a good job of representing her. And how did he respond? Chelsea, shush. She better go to Temu or wherever she found him out and request a damn refund. So the judge is about to turn up right here. Let's listen.
Right, because they are enrolled in school.
Right. Mr. Rohrberg, there's been no petition filed with this court to change school districts. Mother has just unilaterally decided she's going to do this on her own. There's been no petition filed with the court to change the school district of the child, make that an issue, and school has begun this week. So the court at this time is of the opinion that children need consistency, continuity, and that they will continue in their current schools, Monroe Public Schools. And Ms. Rodriguez shall return the children to school tomorrow morning, unless you want to bring them back to dad this evening. The court will adopt Ms. Brower's recommendation. And in addition, the court's going to adopt the recommendation of Catherine Scott. Obviously, Ms. Rodriguez did not cooperate in any form or fashion to respond and provide input from the court. So parenting time for the mom will be week on, week off during the summers. During the school year, beginning this weekend, mom will have alternating weekends, Fridays at 6 till Sunday at 6. The exchange will occur at the Flat Rock Police Department. Okay.
I go into work at 3.
You can't do it, Mr. Rodriguez. Perhaps we can do it Saturday morning.
Okay, so make it 5. Could you do it at 5 o'clock, Mr. Rodriguez?
Yes, sir.
All right. So the parenting time exchange will be at 5 o'clock on Friday and 5 o'clock on Sunday.
Perfect.
So
you can bring the kids whenever
to that Flat Rock Police Department. So Ms. Rodriguez, do you want to take the children to school in the morning? You're going to take them back to you take them to school in the morning. You take them back to Ms. Rodriguez this evening. What makes the most sense?
Well, I work. She doesn't want
Ms. Rodriguez, Chelsea Rodriguez. You're going to take the children back to Ms. Rodriguez. There are children in your possession this morning. Is that correct?
Are they in mine? I'm sorry.
Yes. Where are the children this morning?
They're at school out here.
Okay.
Because school started.
The court has ordered they be returned to Monroe Public Schools. Do you want to take them to school in the morning? Or do you want to take them back to Rodriguez this evening?
Okay, Your Honor, okay. Respectfully, I need to speak about this because you're putting them in a school district. You think this is consistency?
Okay. The court will order Ms. Rodriguez that you meet the Flat Rock Police Department at 6 o'clock tonight.
Judge,
5 o'clock tonight. That's not good for Mr. Rodriguez. Exchange children at 5 o'clock tonight, and so that Mr. Rodriguez can give them to Monroe Public Schools in the morning.
No, you're not letting me speak.
Judge,
Ms. Rodriguez, hold on. Ms. Rodriguez, we're going to mute Ms. Rodriguez for a minute. Ms. Rodriguez, if you're saying no to this court.
Modern woman.
Yep. And
right there.
And the tone, there's the tone of you know, it's like, and that's exactly why the lawyer told her to shut up.
Yeah.
But it was still
too late.
Yep.
And she's still getting her words in, or trying to.
And no, really?
You're not complying with this court order. I'm going to order you to appear this afternoon in this court with the children. You come down here this afternoon, and we'll start contempt proceedings. If you're telling this court you're going to ignore this court order, then you appear personally in this court this afternoon at 3 o'clock with the children. Do you understand that? Is that what you want to do? You can mute her. You can mute her. Your response. Okay, your response, Ms. Rodriguez?
Respectfully, you're not allowing me to say
Ms. Rodriguez, this court is ordering that you appear with the children at 3 o'clock this afternoon. Ms. Rodriguez, you be here too to pick up the children.
She doesn't get to say what she thinks she wants to say because she hired a lawyer.
Yes.
The lawyer is supposed to speaking for her. Perfect way to pause it, huh?
Yeah.
And the judge is asking a simple question, a yes or no, right? A yes or no question, or to get some information anyway. So it's like she's like, you're not letting me say what I need to say. you discuss that with your lawyer, and he says what needs to be said.
Well, and also he's done. The judge.
Yeah, right.
He's made up his mind what's going to happen, and she's trying to be like, "Well, that ain't going to happen." And it's like, yeah, please try to tell a judge that. Find out what happens, because they will just be like, "Well, fine, you are in contempt of court." Bye.
Yeah, right. And respectfully, it's not respectful at all.
No.
You know. Oh. God.
No, modern women.
Yes.
I'm not doing that. They're not.
Mr. Goldberg, it should appear 3 o'clock this afternoon in this court. The question is your bench warrant for Mr. Goldberg. It should appear 3 o'clock. The court to appear at 3 o'clock this afternoon with the children.
No.
We're done. Zoom out.
Chelsea, you're showing up with the kids.
Like, what?
Now that's an ending right there.
No.
Judge asks her, "Are you going to comply?" She
was like, "The judge, are you going to comply?" And he went, "No." And then that's when the lawyer was like, "Chelsea, you're showing up with the kids tomorrow."
It's said, it's done. You know, I mean, what do you mean no? See, they think they're so used to getting their way.
Yeah.
So used to like being able to manipulate this.
She
was smug the whole time.
She will be put in jail if she is not.
Yeah. I mean, and if you are like willing to go to jail over it, then so be it. Then don't.
Yeah.
But I mean, that is not going to look good for her.
No, it's not.
He says no. Judge says, "Bring your ass and them kids right here down to my courthouse at 3 p.m. today." The judge ain't got time for your bullshit, ma'am. An order is an order. Respectfully, my ass.
Yep.
Saying respectfully is not going to save your case, madam. Even a damn lawyer gave up at the end and let her know, "You got to go down to the courthouse now with your loud ass." I understand more now why the lawyer was telling her to shut up. Yep. But yeah, that's how you sabotage yourself in court. And shout out to all the real judges out there that prioritize what's truly best for the kids in lieu of what's truly best for her. And I still say that the guy got lucky here by not having a lawyer and constantly walking around waving his phone. I'm actually surprised he didn't get a warning. If you're in court, stand still at the utmost least. But yeah, shout out to this judge for standing on his ground. Questions, comments, concerns? Y'all already know what to do. Me, Turtles and Reviews at gmail.com. Guys, let me know what you think about this court case down in the comment box down below. Let's have a discussion about it. Last but not least, join my men's community. Link to it down in the description box down below. Beam up, and I'll see you guys there.
Love it.
A man can.
This is the next one, right?
Yeah, this is some Saber Sam's from 12 days ago.
Yeah, mediocre. I love him. He's great. He says a lot of truths. He's doing more of this pop the balloon.
Yeah, it's kind of like a game show, like a dating show.
Recently, and so it's like, But I love when he actually gets into certain things. He's passionate about it. He's got a great story himself for what's happened to him. I'm actually a member of his page, and
almost a year now, right?
Yeah, and I talk on the live streams all the time.
He's cool. He's supportive. Does shout outs all the time.
Yeah,
it's good. A little bit. I mean, I guess you wouldn't call him really like a manosphere guy, but like a red pill. I guess, you know, a little bit jaded when it comes to marriage and women and everything. But again, you can see why. Yeah. You know, it's like not everybody's had our experience and our understanding.
Exactly.
And it is, you know, like they're telling men not to get married. You know, so it's like it's our job to say, well, what are the benefits of being married for men to
exactly.
You know, so it's like, you know, he's still good. You know,
he is.
It's like I totally get where they're coming from with that, because I mean, just like what we just watched.
Exactly.
What a mess.
Yes.
10-year-old, 7-year-old, and I don't know. Like, would you say there was 3 or 2?
2, I think.
Either way, 10 years. It's like a
whole
decade.
It is. It's crazy.
Anyway.
So let's move on with this one.
That's crazy. It's crazy, man.
Some Saber Sam right here.
Can have a kid. How? Transgender. Your gender changes.
Oh, pause.
You can have a kid. Google. Get out of my face. I'm not a transgender. I'm a bitch. I'm not a bitch.
You said that. How's my feelings though? How's my feelings though?
What's your problem? What's your problem?
Did you just say I was a transgender? The f*** are you talking about? I'm not no nigga. Right now. Google, dumbass.
an idiot sandwich.
Who's going to tell her, boys?
Ah!
Who's going to tell her? She's really trying to justify what is physically impossible. She actually tried using Google as an answer. Then she locks herself in the bathroom talking about.
And I was looking. For one, she's got one of the marks of a modern woman, which is the red hair.
Yeah.
I was trying to see if she's got the nose ring. A nose ring is another good sign of one.
And the trifecta is the tattoo.
Yeah, I don't see a tattoo though.
I'm seeing that. Well, she says what? Like, ask Google if men can have babies, right?
Yes.
All right, let's find out. I mean, you know what Google's going to say because it's also...
It's woke.
Yeah, so let's see. Can men have babies?
Baby.
It says, while it's theoretically possible for a man to have a baby, it is not common and there are many challenges involved.
Wow.
Uterus. Men do not have a uterus, which is required for gestation. Transplanting uterus into a male body is difficult because the body lacks the necessary ligaments, hormones, and vasculature to support it. So much blood goes to the area.
Yeah.
Ectopic pregnancy. While it's theoretically possible for men to have an ectopic pregnancy, it has never been attempted and would be dangerous for both the parent and child. Transgender transgender men can become pregnant if they have a uterus and ovaries and are ovulating. Pregnancy is still possible. Even if they're on testosterone, well, then they're women.
Yeah, they are women.
You know? Oh. And then persistent Mullerian duct syndrome. This is a disorder. This disorder affects males and causes them to have a uterus and fallopian tubes in addition to normal male reproductive organs. So intersex.
Intersex, yes.
Yeah, so I'm kind of surprised he gave you that much information. But, yeah, that's what Google has to say.
But, okay, there's pretty much two genders, three if you include the unisex, which is...
Intersex.
Intersex, yeah.
Which is like our cat.
Yeah, you got, your male and you got your female. You don't have, I don't include the whole trans female, trans male. It's like you're one or the other.
Yeah, if you're trans male, then you're still a woman if you get pregnant.
Yes.
Right? So I have that right. Trans male, woman turning male or turned male.
Yes.
Presenting as a male, then yeah, you're still a woman if you have ovaries and stuff.
If you have those parts, you're a woman, yes.
What is a woman, right? But they get...
It's complicated. No, it's not. It's not at all.
Like I said, they're all so into their Latin. And it said woman, the root of woman is the word femina. And femina literally means mother. Not anything else. It means mother. So a woman is an adult human female.
Yes. So. And I love the ones that are like, okay, well then, am I a male? They're like female, and they're like, well, if that's what you identify as. No, that's not the way it works.
I know.
I can't say I'm a unicorn and I'm a unicorn.
Right. Can't say you're a millionaire.
You need to show and prove.
They like to, they another one that they like to do when somebody tries to challenge this is like, well, if say it's a white guy comes up and say, am I black? And they're like, oh no. Well, can I identify as black? No, you can't do that. Well, why not? Well, because it's biology. It's genetics.
And then you go and say, am I a female when you're male? And it's like,
right.
If you want to be.
Yeah, there's
what?
There's so many gotcha moments with these people. It's like they contradict themselves, they paint themselves into a corner. And the main thing that gets me is like, why are they so angry and amped up about it?
Because that's what they are, and especially when you're mixing testosterone with estrogen.
Yeah, but this is just this is not a trans woman. This is just a woman. And why is she so? Why is any of the woke culture so loud, opinionated, and angry about it?
Because they have to be if they're going to get anywhere. Because they're not using logic.
So everybody loud.
So they have to go to the next step. What's the next step in being right? You have to yell. You have to. And
we know for a fact that if you're right, you're quiet about it. The truth is quiet, and the truth is simple. Mm-hmm. And you just kind of sit there and let it roll off. If that's the way they want to be, then that's the way they can be.
Look
at the cat grinning. See, look at the grin.
Yep. And I love that when people say, "Oh, if Jesus were alive today, he'd be in
the Pride Parade.
Yeah,
he would lead the Pride Parade. Pride is a sin.
It is. according to what the Bible says,
Yes.
he could not.
Yeah. And it's like, even going back to some of the original text, it's immoral,
Uh-huh.
you know, and it shies away from normal procreation.
Yes.
So that's like the root of it. You
Exactly.
know? God. Anyway. God.
About our friends have got their feelings hurt. I think we can clearly see who's got their feelings hurt by this bullshit. I don't even know why these people are even acknowledging and entertaining that. Someone in the comments said she kind of looked like Zoe from the Proud Family.
Oh, yeah.
Tell a girl she is beautiful once and she won't believe you. But if you tell a girl she's fat, she will always remember it. That's because elephants never forget.
Wow.
Why do you not like nursery?
Because girls talk too much, and when they don't need to talk, they talk.
Okay, what about the boys?
We do it when we need to talk.
Okay. Do they talk too much?
Yeah.
I like this one. When the new video game comes out, call in sick and play it all day. Be a man.
That's what I do.
Man, you built like the Kool-Aid man. Don't
You
start
built
that.
like Shamar.
Don't start that. You done took out your motherfucker.
You about 50 years old with some shredded jeans on. We even. You wearing 2-year-ago Dior's. We even. Go ahead, Woody.
They 2
Get your
years
uncle
old.
under control.
I ain't know they were 2 years old. I just bought them.
Refocus on me. Come on. Refocus your eyes on me. Come on, look me.
It ain't hard
Right
to miss
here.
you. Get you here.
60-40 vision. Get with me right
It
here.
ain't hard to miss
Get
you.
with me. Come on.
Yeah, man, you.
Get
I
with
see
me.
you.
Okay, I
Big
see
as
you.
yeah.
I see
You
you
can't
too.
miss you with
I
no
know you
eye.
like a lot of girls that look like your daughter. Go ahead. Next question.
Hey, a lot of girls say honesty is the best policy, and he was definitely that.
If women are looking for financially secure men, what in exchange would be of equal value to a man?
There's probably three big primary things from the Christian perspective that we would want. I think that men essentially want peace in their home. This is a big one that people forget about all the time. The best way you can show a man respect is to understand and anticipate the things that he wants before he even knows that he wants them. And the way that that shows respect and the way that that shows that you love him is because if you can anticipate those things, he knows that you're paying attention to him very closely. So you're the focus. And then the third thing is you have to put him above your own needs and your own desires. And number three is the thing that I think women, at least in modernity, fail out the most. Women are trained from birth now how they deserve to be treated. And men are trained from birth how they're supposed to treat women. But nobody is trained from birth for how they're supposed to treat men.
Well put, Andrew. Well put.
Yeah, Andrew's completely right. And peace at home costs nothing, but it means everything. People say loyalty, honesty, and respect is the only requirements. I think that's the bare minimum. And that's why a lot of the passport bros are going abroad, because in the West, girls aren't really raised with that mentality anymore.
My wife told me to stop being an idiot.
Like, for me, I was raised with the modern woman mindset. I don't think anybody out here in the West is raised to be a good wife or mother anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to learn mine from ancient translated texts and pieces of history that were put together that I kept seeing, okay, this has been the norm for this culture and this culture and this culture and this culture. And those civilizations lasted a long time. What were their practices? And it all comes down to pretty much those three basic things. Of course, there's always, how you speak and what you cook and how you present yourself. Those are all part of it as well. But yet I had to learn, and I'm still learning, like on the go.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a total cultural fuck up, I guess.
Well, and that's why most of the modern women aren't succeeding, because they don't know, and they're taught the complete opposite.
Right. But it's like you should have some insight to, okay, well, this is not working for me, so maybe I should do some research as to why this isn't working for me.
And we've had some more women waking up.
Yeah, there's quite a few.
And starting to realize that.
Right.
But then you're getting the ones that are just so focused on themselves that they'll never understand it.
Yeah. It seems like the boss bee mentality is starting to kind of go down the drain a little bit, because it was a big fraud, to get them into the workforce and stuff. But they still don't know how to turn off that, Said if you're gonna nag at somebody, at least nag for their benefit. You know,
exactly.
It's like if you're gonna nag, at least for the household's benefit, not you directly. You know, you make me feel this way, and I don't like it.
Yeah,
that's not a good thing to nag about.
No, it's not,
you know,
because
but
the guys are going to shut down completely on that one.
right. But it's like, you know, if it's something, it's like sit up straight. You know,
Yeah.
you know, I'm gonna pick at your hair. I'm gonna, you know, it's like it's because I care about you and I want you to be healthy long term. You know,
Exactly.
what did you eat today? You know, I'm make sure that you're eating well and eating right and not overdoing like sugars and caffeine and
Yep.
you know, it might seem like mean, but you know, it's like it's for your benefit.
Exactly.
And because it's then going to be your long-term benefit, it's going to benefit us too.
Yes.
You know, because you'll be able to be happier and healthier to like do the things you do. You know.
Yep. Exactly.
And as far as the peace goes, it's like that's a really hard thing for me because, you know, I am always shepherding and nagging and you know, trying to make sure that the household's running well right now. But it's like overall, that is the goal, is to make sure that you have peace.
Yes.
And like what happens out there does not happen here, and you can get away from that.
Yes, exactly.
But yeah, he was absolutely right. Those are good points, you know.
Just be myself. I told her to make up her mind.
Well, my wife is blaming me for ruining her birthday. That's ridiculous. I didn't even know it was her birthday.
I like nice guys.
Yep.
I like someone who's really sweet to me, who I can have a nice. I would love a nice best friend for life.
Yeah, lovely meeting you. Yeah? For the next one, yeah.
Bye. See you when I see you. Goodbye.
I know guys love to be the new and they don't want to chase, but you have to chase.
Don't mind chase you?
I don't really answer DMs. I don't give them the chance.
Okay, but you want them to chase you, but you're not going to answer them.
Yeah, keep going. One day I will.
One day you will.
Yeah, when you're deserving.
No.
Yeah, but you know, us guys are not going to play that game.
Not forever.
No,
you know,
we might play it for a little while, but when she was like, well, no, I'm just not. And well, maybe someday, and it's like we do it a little bit, and then we're like, well, yeah, we see what we're getting.
Yeah,
absolutely nowhere.
Right, you know.
So, bye. There's the door. Don't let it hit your ass on the way out.
I mean, I tried to reject you, but
I knew though.
But in like when I started to actually like get involved with you, it's like it's never stopped. It's always like a cat and mouse thing.
Yes.
You know, it's like you give a little and he chases a little and then you run away and then you give a little bit more, but you have to give a little.
You do.
You know?
You can't just be that modern boss bee bullshit.
You come to me and
yeah.
you fall at my
I'm
feet.
everything. You know, they're these bigger women. It's like, well, I'm the world. Well, no. Yeah, the world revolves around you right now,
Right.
but that doesn't mean that you are.
Exactly. It's like just because you're getting on all fours doesn't mean you're at the table, you know?
Yeah.
It's like I hate that saying, like, I'm the table. What do you bring to the table? I am the table. You built like it for sure.
You're the table that I saw in the dump. Okay.
Exactly, right? It's like nobody wants to set that table.
Nope.
God.
Oh, okay.
Make it make sense, guys. Some of the egos on this girls is just out of this world, isn't it? Someone in the comments said her DMs are as empty as her plate after a meal.
Oh, God.
You're gonna see right now.
What happened now?
Watch.
What happened?
Shut up.
Hello.
Yo, kid, it's Chelsea.
Yo, what's up?
Hey, is Cook over there? He hasn't come home last night. He told me he was gonna go hang out with you last night.
Yeah, he in the couch sleeping right now.
Oh, okay, so he's all right?
Yeah, he probably just like still hung over.
Oh my God.
You really want me to wake him up?
Yeah, I really need, because the dog's out of food.
All right, give 1 second. Hey, Cook, man, your girl on the phone. Yo, she on the phone, Cook. Hey, baby, what's up?
Baby?
Yeah.
You all right, honey?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm just still, I'm hungover. I'm sleeping right now.
Okay, baby, don't forget to buy the dog food before you come home.
I think from that phone call, he's not a friend, he's a brother. He's a real one. They don't make him like this anymore. We need to give that guy an Oscar. That was well played right there.
What's your biggest toxic trait?
I like to ghost people and then pop back up in their life.
She belongs to the streets.
You're the man that your bloodline has been waiting for. Do you have what it takes? You have to believe. You have to have faith. Does your last name mean something to you? If not, you're born to lose. Stay woke in these streets, lad.
I'm not a scientist, but lad, I'd go and check on this.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about this one, boys. Someone is telling Porky's here, and he's really believing it, and she uploaded this video to social media to make him look even more stupid.
Today.
Fatima.
Wow.
And Blake.
You got a pound of grass and a.
I have seen a couple of those where they've adopted a baby, and then they've done something like that. And
Yeah.
just like waited for the internet just to go, start speculating and commenting and stuff. But because there was one that I saw, they were both like incredibly white, red hair and everything, right? And they had this black baby, and and the wife was saying, "Oh yeah, he's black because I have African American heritage, throwback in my bloodline," but they'd actually like adopted this baby, and it's like, dude, the internet went nuts. Dude.
Yeah.
And a pound of weed. Which one is heavier?
A pound of weight. No, they're a pound and a pound the same weight. True.
Sure.
A pound.
You gonna be a follower? You gonna be a follower your whole life?
Give me the question.
So you got a pound of grass and a pound of weed. Which one is heavier?
Yeah, they're the same, I think.
You stupid. You ignorant, or you just plain old deaf?
Why is it hard dating nowadays?
Why is it hard dating nowadays?
Are you married?
It's only hard dating nowadays if you're clapped and ugly and you have nothing to prove and you have nothing to give. For me, dating is easy.
So you got girls?
Yeah?
Okay. Are you married?
No.
Okay. So what kind of girls do you go for then?
Educated girls.
Where'd you find them?
Everywhere.
Look, tell me, where would you find an educated woman?
Find them everywhere.
Such as?
What, you want me to name streets?
I'm asking you where you find an educated woman, isn't it? Like, where would you find a woman that's educated? Where would you find somebody? When you're on a night out, right? So you look at the gal on a night out, but where would you find an educated woman?
Everywhere.
Pretty sure this was just the alcohol speaking. I don't think this guy even knew what the interviewer was saying. And fair play to that interviewer, he showed next level patience right there, because from the first question onwards, you could tell he was fed up, but he wanted to see it through.
What are the signs that a woman's cheating for guys that don't know?
She withdraws, holds back, spending so much time on her phone. She's cheating on you.
So if a lady replies to her man late, she's cheating on him.
100%, without a doubt. Always cheating.
Wow. And you're very open about it.
You heard it from me. Look at this video with me.
What are we looking at? Okay. Okay.
You like the video?
Mm-hmm. Cool.
What was the number on her shirt?
Oh, shit. You mean Jersey?
What was the number on her shirt?
Man, listen, I'm not even gonna lie. I don't even know.
What was the number on her shirt, Blau?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I honestly couldn't tell you. I didn't even know she was a number on it. Was it a number on it? You sure it was a number on the shirt?
What was the number on the girl's shirt?
Did you see a number? Because if you didn't see a number, I don't know if I saw a number. I'm trying to remember.
What was the number on the girl's shirt?
Did you shit? Answer that question. Did you shit?
What?
Was you shitting?
What was the number on the shirt?
Look, guys, I'm going to be completely honest here. Watching this video for the first time as well, same as you guys, I didn't even see a number either. So, look, mate, just take the L, same as me. Let me know in the comments. Did you guys see a number without rewinding it? You have to let me know.
No. We must stay focused, brothers. We must stay focused.
I don't know. Yeah, I saw no number on that one. Yeah, this is a short one, so.
Okay, pause it so you can.
I think I did pause it.
Yeah, that's okay.
All right, so this is a short clip here. This is Matt Walsh, and it's on female. I can never say this right. Pastors, right? Pastors. Pastors. Okay.
Pasture is
Pastors.
where you put an animal to eat.
Yeah, I know. I'm terrible with my
Female pastures.
put them out.
Yeah, I'm kidding. So we covered modern women in the court system, modern women on the streets.
Yep. Now look at modern women in churches.
And now modern women in churches, and you already know how I feel about that. So.
Yeah. So we'll check this one out.
There's like 3.
Really, that story is laying out the 2024 DNC platform, more or less. How progressive. Here's a similar moment from St. Paul's Anglican Church in Cottam, where they performed a hymn for transgenderism. We'll play just a little bit of this because it's as painful as you might expect, but here's just a very short snippet.
God of many genders, our world reflects you. Sunrise and sunset uniting our youths, woven into a city with jewels of all shades, houses of ruby and walls
Next one of ours.
You know, it's not a coincidence that anytime you hear these sacrilegious hymns, that they also just sound terrible. They're just unpleasant and ugly in every possible way. They also, of course, aren't Christian in any sense of the word. But Christianity has been bastardized by these sorts of people, not just to promote abortion and gender ideology, but also left-wing racial ideology has made its way into many churches. So watch this moment from a church in Illinois. Here it is. Listen.
Now, in this fast from whiteness, of course, I cannot change the color of my skin or the way that allows me to move through the world, but I can change what I listen to, whose voice I prioritize. And so that is kind of the plan for our worship services through Lent. That we would fast for a time.
Shout out to Sancho. How you doing, bud? See you just showed up.
From prioritizing white voices, and that we would use the music and poetry of Black, Indigenous, and people of color, and see what the Spirit might do among us.
So another female pastor there. By the way, I'm not cherry picking to try to find specifically female pastors saying blasphemous, sacrilegious things. It just so happens that if you're looking for examples of pastors saying blasphemous, sacrilegious things, a huge number of them are going to be female pastors. And that's because, as I said, if there's female pastors in the church, then that means that just from the outset, they've already rejected biblical doctrine and put themselves in a position of, just, well, St. Paul doesn't know what he's talking about, that bigot. Like that's the starting point if you have a female pastor, which means that all the sacrilege that comes after that is just a natural, logical extension of that. So anyway, she's presenting, this rejection of whiteness as some grand act of selflessness, but it's the opposite of that. She's demeaning millions of people, including herself, on the most superficial grounds imaginable. That's not something people do when they're humble. This is not Christian self-denial. This is egotism, actually. And in all these cases, it's clear what's going on. Left-wing activists are infiltrating churches and attempting to subvert the fundamental tenets of the faith in order to turn it into a vehicle for their political and ideological agenda. Now, the good news, if there can be any good news when we're talking about something like this, is that the churches who preach about whiteness and sing hymns to transgenderism and extol the virtue of child murder, all of them tend to die out on their own. When you see a video of Rebecca Todd Peters preaching or any of the, quote, pastors like her, you see one of those videos, usually the only thing you see is the person standing up at the pulpit, but if the camera were to ever pan around to show the congregation, you would almost certainly see that the congregation is sparse and old and basically catatonic. The churches that have converted themselves into left-wing social clubs don't survive because there's no reason for them to exist in the first place. You know, if somebody wants to hear leftist pablum about race or gender or whatever, they can go literally anywhere else to find it. Like check in with your company's HR manager and you'll get the same spiel. You don't need to go to church for that. And if people do go to church for that, they're not going to go for very long because they're going to discover that why am I sitting here in this uncomfortable pew to listen to this thing that I can hear again anywhere else in the culture? Now, people go to church to feed a deeper spiritual hunger, a hunger for something eternal and true. And any church that doesn't give that to them will die and will deserve to. Now let's get to our 5 headlines.
That was that little quick piece that we had. What are we looking at? 50 minutes.
So you can go ahead and move on to the last ones then, I guess. If you want.
Let's see, what do we got? I gotta see what we have.
Did you know there's nearly $1 trillion of infrastructure?
Should be your newest ones.
But it was in the pursuit of profit, which has continued on since then through the Jim Crow eras, since the establishment.
The latest book.
We're gonna finish up. I think it'll be this one that we'll finish. Oh, this is a half an hour.
What's the next one?
So hold on. Let's find one that maybe isn't so long.
Otherwise, you can just.
15 minutes.
Ask a trans person the gender
Do
of their
like
pet,
10 minutes.
and then ask them how they can tell.
And automatically say, I know.
And then you want to restart it.
All right, this one here is some Saber Sam's latest.
We're gonna.
We're gonna do 10 minutes of this, and then we'll call it good for everybody. So sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Ask a trans person the gender of their pet, and then ask them how they can tell.
And automatically say, I know. I am doing something right now, child. Jesus. Upset with me. He's been knocking stuff over for the last.
Is cat girl or boy?
Stanley is a boy, and it's because of the action that was.
How do you know cat is boy?
I've had his balls nipped.
Really?
Wow.
But I thought biology didn't have anything to do with that.
No.
You know what? Maybe.
Okay.
This is Ender. I don't know if you'll be able to see because she right is in the dark, but
a darker color.
She's dark and in the dark. So she's a like intersex transgender kitty.
Yes.
She's like the second one out of like 600 cats.
Yep.
That I've ever known. Now, the only thing that's different about her, she was born kind of like with poofy boy parts, and then she turned to girl parts. But now she has the muscular skeleton of a male. She likes to wander. She likes to wander like a male, but she goes into heat like a female.
Yeah.
So
it was interesting.
Yeah. So this is the first non-binary cat.
Yeah, we've only had like what, 1 or 2 out of
two out of 600. Yeah. So when they talk about like nature, it happens in nature. It's like it happens, but it's super rare.
Yeah.
You know? But I like how they say that biology doesn't have anything to do with your gender. But this guy's like, well, I know it's a boy because I cut off his.
Exactly. So what? Why does that matter?
Exactly.
I mean, you should not misgender your animals.
No, exactly. You shouldn't. No. Cashing up with Sancho's text here. Just going back to bed. But I mean, she still identifies as a female, you know. So you call her girl. She's more girl than boy.
It doesn't sound too mean. Don't worry.
No.
Right.
Yep.
Maybe no.
Am I going to hell for playing Dungeons and Dragons?
No, we only go to hell for not believing in God.
Am I going to hell for being trans?
That guy's mad in the background.
Hell for being a lesbian?
Here he comes. Wow. Busted his mic up. Oh, he's going after him.
Ooh.
He's thinking. What is he? If he's running, if he's actually disengaging, then it's all right.
He's chasing him down.
Hey, police! Police!
That's solid, dude.
Look at this guy. He's on the run. Hit and run.
Why are you running, you coward? You're a coward, bro? Why do you break people's stuff and run like a coward? You're a coward, bro.
Wow.
Hey, police! Police!
Look at this guy.
Police!
He's like psychotic.
Yeah, I know.
Police! Hey, Toronto police!
I would not trust that guy. He looks completely psychotic. You can look at his eyes and you can see it.
He looks unhinged, man.
Yes.
It's like he looks like a
Exactly. I mean, you gotta watch that.
Vicky Bradley.
You're going to jail, bro.
What?
Officer!
He's still hitting him.
Officer!
Leave me the fuck alone!
You're going to jail, bro. You're going to jail.
He's still
That's
going.
assault, bro.
He hit him with
All you're
something.
doing is assaulting me on camera. You're going to go to jail. Keep assaulting me, bro. Officer! Officer! Officer!
Pretty right?
The police are over
I
there.
think so, yeah.
Stop it. Get some help.
I say this every time, don't I, guys? It seems like the loving and accepting of all have yet again not shown that. So this guy attacked him and destroyed his equipment because he didn't agree with what he was saying. Why didn't you just carry on with your day? Why did you have to stop, walk around in circles, and then attack him because you don't agree with what he's saying? How can you walk through life that sensitive? Even the girl at the start asking questions, she didn't come across very accepting either.
Seriously, I'm just asked, how can you go through life that sensitive? And it's like, unfortunately, most of the woke people go through life that sensitive. It's like, as we were talking about earlier, it's like to be right, they have to be emotional. They have to be yelling. Loud. I mean, for
Flashy.
whatever reason, that is their way of being right.
That's why a lot of the well, it's the reason for the pride flags and stuff.
Yes.
They're colorful and they're big and,
Yes.
and they're shiny and they use a lot of attractive things, so
Yes.
they can boost their platform. But
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It really is.
and then you get down to pseudo activists that are just as equally loud.
Yes.
And I'm racking my brain because I saw these people wearing masks. And what was it that we were watching? And they had a middle school.
Curly.
Was it Curly? Yeah,
Curly,
we'll have to
Curly
do
Boy
that.
Chuck, yeah.
Yeah, because they were all these middle school students that had a freaking transgender school
Yes.
club. All of them were wearing masks.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not.
And about pronouns. And, Yeah.
Yeah.
It was Curly.
Okay.
Because when this guy started destroying his stuff and attacking him, she found it hilarious. So long story short, the guy got away. The police were over there across the street. You could see towards the end of the clip. The guy was just walking around in circles for about 10 minutes, and then he legged it and he got away. Loving and accepting strikes again, I guess.
Gonna seem like a troll, but it's not. I just can't believe that it's true. So correct me if it's not. That you sat in a room or a corner of a room, very much like the one you're sitting
I know
in
it's
now,
coming.
and just watched many other men
Damn.
plow the ever-living cat of your wife. Is that true?
All right, get it. All right.
Yeah, it's true.
Listen, Destiny's a smart guy, but I don't listen to anyone that dyes their hair blue and lets other dudes whack their misses while they watch. I ain't listening to someone like that.
Don't have a uterus. You don't get to make a decision.
Did you just tell me I don't have a uterus?
It will never happen to you. It will never happen.
I hate to say it, but I don't think that thing has a uterus either. I mean, I'm looking, and I really don't.
I think it's a legitimate woman. But
Yeah, but it doesn't really look like it. So
it's hard to tell these days. But yeah.
yeah.
Happen to you? Are you telling me that you have a uterus?
Well, you couldn't tell me I don't if I claimed it. My pronouns are uterus owner male.
Can men have babies?
Yes, men can have babies because not every man is male and not every woman's female.
What would you say to all the people that say, no, men can't have babies?
I'd say that they need to study.
Welcome to the clown world that we live in, ladies and gentlemen. Not all males are men, and not all females are women.
Oh, God.
Really?
Kill me.
Really? So we're doing opposite and like 10 flips backwards. I mean, I guess that's what we're doing now.
It's like they've really had to try and complicate things for the past few years now.
Yes,
Big distraction.
it is.
Study kind of the difference between gender and sexuality. Obviously, like gender's more of a construct. I'm a male, but I don't consider myself a man necessarily.
I saw a woman a couple months back, professional soccer player, right? She goes on to ESPN or one of these sports channels, and she starts bitching, going like, I don't understand. How come female athletes don't make as much as male professional athletes? And all of these men had to sit there and act like they didn't know what the answer was. They had to sit there like dumbfounded, like, I don't know. Why is that? Literally, I'm sitting at home screaming at the TV because you don't sell any fucking tickets. Nobody is going to women's soccer games. You're playing in a 20,000 seat arena. 1,500 people show up. That's not a good night. The promoter lost his fucking ass on that. I'm not saying no professional female athletes, Serena Williams, the women in the UFC, you know, but nobody's watching your fucking sport. And then you're going to come and you're going to get mad at fucking men. They keep doing that shit. Why are you yelling at us? It's not our fucking job. It's not my fucking job to give a fuck about women's soccer, okay? I have men's sport to pay attention to. It's your bullshit, right? Dude, look at the WNBA. Nobody in the WNBA got COVID. Nobody. They've been playing in front of 300 to 400 people a night for a quarter of a century. Not to mention, it's a male-subsidized league. We gave you a fucking league. None of you showed up. Where are all the feminists?
You ain't learned.
What are your pronouns?
She,
her. She, her. She, her.
He, him.
She, her.
They, them.
They, them.
What is going on? I'm Schwab, and I go by all pronouns. What? Any pronoun. He, him, his.
What the fuck is going on?
We took LGB and then we added LGBTQIA+++, and then we included men who dress up like women and mock women, like influencer Dylan Mulvaney. And then a lot of American conservatives just said, listen, we've had enough. It's okay if you're proud of your sexuality, but why do I have to be proud of your sexuality?
Why are you so triggered by a flag? It's a rainbow flag.
I'm not triggered by a rainbow flag. I'm triggered by the fact that everywhere I go for a calendar month, everything has to be a rainbow flag.
Well, I'm triggered that everywhere I go for the entire year, everything has to be straight. Why is it?
We go nuts with this guy. This guy knows nothing. They're just there for an argument point that he can't make.
Yeah, he's just there for, I swear he just goes there for, like, the fluff purposes of it. Because it's like he never wins these arguments.
No.
He's always reamed by, like, 3 to 4 different people.
Exactly.
He's a gay guy that was advocating for trans rights or something, and it just didn't make any sense, but...
Not at all.
Yeah, it's like, what? You just stick yourself? No, it was a women's thing. It was like, he's a gay man, but he was like talking about women's rights and women's reproduction stuff.
That's right.
And it's like, you're still a dude.
Because Riley Gaines was talking with him.
Yeah, exactly.
Why is straight
Where's
everywhere?
my straight flag?
Why am I constantly
Where
getting
is
straight
my
people?
straight flag?
Why are straight people holding hands in the
When
street?
have you ever seen a straight flag?
Why has Mickey Mouse got a
Tell me
girlfriend?
one straight flag
Why are
hanging
you
right now
pushing?
anywhere in the world.
Why are straight people
Where
pushing
is the straight flag?
identity?
Where's the
onto
straight
me?
flag?
Everywhere.
Where's my straight flag?
It's everywhere. Both of you are straight, and you're saying you're exhausted.
How do you know I'm straight? How dare you guess my sexuality?
Like, let's not play games here. It is
I
exhausting.
don't remember Tommy revealing her sexuality.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You look at Men's Mental Health Month, that was replaced by another Pride Month. which is pretty wild. It's lunatics like this guy here that made it a big deal. Because when I was younger, and I'm sure a lot of you guys can say the same, no one gave a shit about what people were doing behind closed doors. You know, it's up to them what team they bat for. No one gave a shit. But 2021, I would say around that time and onwards, it's a big deal, and everyone has to walk on eggshells. When in reality, no one cares.
Yeah. I have a master's degree because when I got certified, I was told I had to have a master's degree to be an Arizona certified teacher. Are we allowing the parents to choose the curriculum and the books that our children are going to read? The purpose of public education is not to teach only what parents want their children to be taught. It is to teach them what society needs them to be taught.
There's more than 100 years of Supreme Court precedent telling us that we have the distinct privilege and responsibility of directing the health, education, and upbringing of our children. You don't have that responsibility. Regardless of what you think about the importance of public education, the power ultimately lies in the hands of the parents who not only pay for what you do in the classroom, but whose children you instruct during a finite period of the day. If we're going to talk about responsibility and ownership, maybe you should take a look at our nation's math and English scores.
It's teachers like her that are the reason as to why a lot of parents homeschool their kids. No master's degree or amount of education will eradicate parents' rights of their children. And not only that, they're teaching our kids that they can be a flipping lamppost or a fighter jet. No parent wants kids to be going through that.
At his school, high school, they go and talked about how, like I've talked about on your other streams, but you have to respect pronouns. You have to.
Yeah.
They had a whole video.
Or you'll be sent to.
Right. They literally send you to I call it a re-education camp, but it's like a boot camp. A class. It's a class that they have to take. It's for sensitivity and diversity training and everything. Okay, these kids are 13, 14, 15 years old when they're watching this video.
Yeah.
They turn around, they watch this video, he goes out and gets heckled.
Exactly.
For his size, his style, they assume his sexuality and stuff.
Yep.
And
but that's fine because we're cis.
Right, exactly. It was, and they forced him to say that he was white on his papers.
Yes.
They wouldn't even let him choose mixed. And it's like, so I'm going to have to write to them about that because he is. And it's like, if he's not allowed to be proud of that, I mean, then that whole video was for nothing.
Exactly.
Exactly. And it's not even something that he identifies as. It's something that he actually is.
Yep.
And they wouldn't even let him choose that. They're like, no, you're white.
That's wrong.
They're like, you're white.
Yeah.
And it's
No,
like,
you just are. Oh my God, I'm white.
I'm like,
I'm white.
I'm like, the color of his skin doesn't have anything to do with the blood that he is. And, there's things that make it obvious that he is a mixed race child.
Yes.
But no, they're like, no, you're pale skinned, you're white, and you're going to stick with that. That's what's on your
He's a pale one.
Yeah. So it's like, that's what he's marked as.
Yep.
It's like, okay, but you just had this whole video talking about how you have to respect people's identities and respect their pronouns and say those pronouns, and then they turn around and do that.
Yes.
God damn. Look at her.
Ask a trans person the gender of their pet, and then ask them how they can tell.
Me having a mustache is what's wrong with this country. It all comes back to me having a mustache. Me and my mustache are the reason the economy is doing shit right now. In Ukraine, it is very common for people with mustaches to Oh. God damn it, Gino. What type of cat do you have? A bitchy one. What is the cat's name? His name is Frisky, but no one calls him that. We all call him Fricker. How do you know Frisker is a boy? Dude, I did the whole gender debate with pets thing yesterday. Again, like, in Ukraine, biology determines gender. Good thing I didn't ask and don't care. Also, you're in Ukraine. Isn't it like nighttime there or something? I'm more just annoyed that I have to deal with stupid people like you.
You're a moron!
Okay. These videos are hilarious. That's why this video deserved 2 from this legend because I find them so funny how he catches them out. Whenever they're presented with facts, we always see the same thing. We see the pause for 3 or 4 seconds, brain cells trying to come together and cooperate. Then they start backpedaling. It's hilarious to watch. This is comedy gold.
Quería preguntarte que, a pesar de que aquí no pase y que en los 4 Grand Slam haya equiparación salarial entre mujeres y hombres, en muchos otros torneos esto no ocurre. ¿Qué opinión te merece que las mujeres cobren menos que los hombres en el tenis y que en qué crees que se basa esa desigualdad? Gracias.
Same shit.
Pues no lo sé.
I don't know.
I don't know. He's from a different country.
No sé en qué se basa en el fútbol, o en el golf, o en el modelaje. No sé. ¿Por qué las mujeres ganan más que los hombres en el tema de la moda? Pues no lo sé. Pero ahí sí que tampoco hablamos todo el día de diferencia salarial. Entiendo tu pregunta, pero es que llegamos a un momento dado que estamos haciendo todo el rato preguntas capciosas, preguntas que estamos buscando todo el rato la polémica, ¿no? Y a mí personalmente, como intento evitar la hipocresía habitualmente, pues contesto y a veces...
But it's like the other way I see about answering that question is it's like, you know, doing that, I don't know, but then play the meme, I must be so monumentally naive.
You are. Here, let's see. I'm looking at fields where women earn more.
Shall I do this so you?
It shouldn't take long.
Okay.
All right. So, counselors, wholesale and retail buyers, marketing managers.
Okay.
Clinical laboratory technologists.
But yeah, men can multitask.
Right.
And you know.
Right, marketing manager. See, it's like there you go. Community and civil enforcement occupations, welfare professionals, biological scientists, higher services managers and proprietors, personal assistants and other secretaries, special needs education, veterinarians, occupational therapists, social humanities, publicans, and managers of licensed.
This is where women make more, right?
That's where women make more. Mostly it's counselors, medical assistants, healthcare, and medical scientists.
Yeah.
So they're acting like they're so
healthcare workers.
Yeah.
I mean, with like certain points, I can understand that more because of the
nursing.
What?
Like nursing.
Like, you know, like the bond that they have with kids more, you know, kind of knowing.
The nurturing aspect.
Yes.
But I mean, it's even talking about like, you know, the administrative side
Yeah.
of all that. And they're always saying that men are dominating in office jobs, and most of those are office jobs.
Exactly.
You know, so it's like, okay, well, and I mean, they didn't even mention modeling, and I know that to be true.
Yes.
You know, so it's, you know, and what about, I mean.
I like the way that guy said it, though. He's like, I make more in modeling. I mean, I think we all know.
We're not talking about it. OnlyFans, you know?
Yep.
It's like, it's.
Yeah. Put a woman on an OnlyFans and then put a guy in OnlyFans. See who makes more.
Exactly.
Well,
I mean, no,
I guess
a straight guy.
Yes, I was gonna say. I guess it depends on what he does.
No, I was gonna say because like, okay, yeah, I don't know. I have to do my research on that. But maybe the gay guy would actually make more. I'm not sure, but it's still there's still a big landslide between women.
Yes.
But you know, it's dominated. It's
Exactly.
Dominated. So, you know, I don't know.
We've only got 3 minutes of this left, so we're just going to finish it out, the video.
Alrighty.
Como, aunque conteste de una manera que considero correcta y ecuánime, vosotros, sin ser una crítica más de la cuenta, os interesa más un titular que pueda vender que lo que yo digo, pues no te voy a contestar más sobre este tema, porque creo que contesto habitualmente de manera coherente y correcta y a veces se tergiversan las palabras que yo digo y evidentemente tengo madre, tengo hermana y son de las personas que más quiero en este mundo. O sea, ¿qué más quiero yo que los hombres y las mujeres seamos exactamente igual y tengamos todos los mismos derechos, ¿no? A quien gane más, quien gane menos, pues es una cosa que en algunos aspectos del tema laboral las mujeres ganarán más, en otros los hombres ganarán más, y lo único que se tiene que conseguir es que no por ser hombre o por ser mujer se gane más o se gane menos. Se tiene que ganar más o se tiene que ganar menos por la calidad de tu trabajo o por lo que tú seas capaz de vender o generar. Todo lo demás, lo siento, pero es hipocresía y no voy a defender ni voy a decir nada más de lo que os he dicho en este momento, porque después las cosas se salen de lo que es la pura.
Can you imagine dedicating your whole life to a sport and you make it to the main stage and press conferences and you got these flipping donuts, these absolute melons trying to catch you out and catch you slipping? If you say one wrong thing, it will grow legs and it will run to the hills, man. And these people love that. They're not reporters, they're activists with an agenda trying to catch you slipping. So then you'll be on the front page news the next morning calling you this and that and this. We all know the labels. I'm just glad he wasn't falling for it, because we've seen many people say something and taken out of context and put their careers on the line. Man, I've seen this so many times, like in boxing, UFC, football, basketball, golf, tennis, everything. You got these parasites that make their way in and try and catch you out so they can run with it and try and ruin your career. You become successful, people aren't even asking you about anything that's relevant to what you're there for. They're like fishermen with bait waiting for you to bite.
We do need men, though. We do.
We don't need them.
We do.
No, because they're lesbians.
Who do you call to get your car fixed? A man or a woman? Your toilet breaks down. Who do you call?
So I fix my own car. I can do. I'm motor mechanics.
Your power supply. Who runs it? Who runs the infrastructure of society? Men or women?
Oh, at the moment, men. Obviously,
Yeah.
because of patriarchy. Because of patriarchy.
But
Keep telling yourself that, darling.
I just went to something. It was a Sim Saber Sam thing. Alright. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was what we got for tonight. Like I said before, we're gonna have a good one for Friday, so tune in. You won't want to miss it. We're gonna have a lot of information about this herbal supplement that we take and what the good and the bad and what there is out there about it. So, thank you, Sanchos, for joining us. Namaste, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great night. We'll see you all for Factual Friday.
I'm getting heavy.
Any day now. In stream, right?
In stream, and then say MD.